Hi and welcome to episode 5, a 5-star episode of Hot Button Style Music Archaeology, but not featuring only 5-star. This is our disco special.
That's right, yep. I was going to have the handlebar moustache on today, but I didn't get around to shaving off the rest of the beard. But yeah, today's going to be a disco special, so we're going to go back to the 70s, but not too cheesy. But we're going, as per usual, we're going to have our break of the week, theme of the week, even a hip hop tune as well. But it's all going to be disco influenced or disco tune. So that's where we're going to go today.
So we're starting off with Dance Freak by Chain Reaction. Chris played this to me a while ago when we started doing the show.
It's a killer tune. Quite rare. It's actually on a hip hop label.
Sounds like UK. Here it goes.
Yep. I know a lot of people like the way that we nod to records when we're listening and stuff, so I'm going to try not to, because with disco I might really, go out and cut some rug. Yeah, this one's on the Sound of New York label, which is, I think it was a Patrick Adams label. I think that's right. Or one of the Carmichael. Yeah, it'll be coming along here now once we've edited all of this in. But yeah, quite a few early rap records are actually released on this label as well. But as you can hear, it's a killer tune. But because we're only stuck on it for 15 minutes or so, we're going to have to condense this, turn it off and play some other disco barnstormers.
More disco barnstormers for you there.
Coming up.
And then next we have a tune called...
No we don't.
No we don't.
No we don't.
That was deliberate. I hope you all enjoyed the interview last time with Mark. We do have some extra interviews lined up. It's just me and Chris this week, but we do have some special interviews lined up coming up your way. Yeah,
I believe next week we're going to be interviewing Tough Cut from Beats in Progress. So that'll be a good one, going back to the early 90s. UK hip hop scene, to sort of like see how he started and some of his influences and stuff, and also to ask him what his favourite disco track is, because I'm assured that he is an absolute closet disco freak.
He's a demon disco dancer.
Apparently so. He does. He break dances and then goes into a bit of a John Travolta sort of pose. Okay, so next up we've got an easy one. It's a British pressing. It's an easy one to pick up, but it's a great tune. It's a good play out tune if you're in that sort of disco mode.
Talk amongst yourselves. This is Holding On, Tony Bello, Midnight Band.
Yep.
Great tune.
Wicked tune. So I want you all to start dancing around your computers.
As Chris says, this is easy to pick up.
It's easy to pick up. You'll be able to find it in most record shops or car boot sales or whatever when you're looking, or to download it even. It'll be on YouTube anyway if you sort of like click along. But by the end of the show, that you might find that myself and Brad have actually tied our t-shirts up around our midriff. Can't help it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I have a poster of Sylvester in my bedroom. I mean, I'm a big disco fan.
No comment. Where are we going next, Brad?
Well, next we're going on to the hip hop side of disco.
I think it's best that we
move away from
our
we get a bit more macho
camp capabilities. Well,
macho.
Yeah, that's your favourite song by the Village People.
It is. Yeah, obviously when hip hop started out, it had a massive disco influence. Effectively, the calls, the shouts, definitely the outfits were very disco.
Yeah, well, I mean, it started coming around in the late 70s, and when disco was at its peak, really. So all of the early rap tunes that were put onto vinyl were in the disco vein. because you know, the record companies at the time wanted to follow that. So but you know, I don't think a lot of the rappers and stuff liked it at the time, but if you listen to them, they're actually quality disco tracks. Yeah. So we did actually have a big whole load of them that we were going to go through, but this one goes straight into the rap instead of having a big long intro. So here we go. This is the Funky 4+1. That's the joint, as sampled earlier in one of our shows by the Beastie Boys on Shake Your Rump.
Yeah.
If you're ready for this, say you're ready for this. If you're ready for this, say you're ready for this. Are you ready for this? We're ready for this. Are you ready for this? We're ready for this. Where we just can't miss. We just can't miss. Where we just can't miss. With a beat like this. It's the joint. We're gonna prove to the world that we're for real. We're gonna prove to everybody we know the real deal. We got golden voices and hearts to steal. Because the 5 MCs we got to be real. We wanna hear the party people your Sugar Hill. So what's the deal?
Yeah, this is the Funky 4+1 on Sugar Hill Records. Funky 4+1 being a big hip-hop crew from the North Bronx back in the 70s. DJ Barron and DJ Breakout, I believe, were the DJs. Obviously, sadly, they don't get to show their skills on any of the vinyl that, you know, because it wasn't until Grandmaster Flash did it in 1981 that you actually heard, you know, some cutting.
Like studio bands and stuff, yeah.
Studio bands, and Sugar Hill Band was actually one of the best.
Yeah.
Skip Wimbish, I think they ended up being called Tackhead later on, but they were really good. Keith LeBlanc and all of those, but a really, really tight band.
Yeah, years ago, literally, probably 10 years ago, Chris told me to grab a book called Yes Yes You're, which was a great book telling all the story about it and the history of it. Yeah, well worth a read, great really photos, good. Great original flyers in it, yeah. Well worth a pick up that.
Yeah, there you go, bit of history. Moving on.
This is brilliant. I heard this today for the first time. This is cracking. And Chris got all deep when he was talking about it. This isn't just disco, this is a message.
It is a message, that's right. It's a message in this tune. Yeah. It was also made into a house tune back in the early 90s, about 91 or 92. So some of you who were into house at that sort of time will probably recognise it, because I think it ended up on one of the Ministry of Sound albums or something like that. But yeah, it's good. It's one of those loft classics, you know, Larry Levan and all that, Paradise Garage sort of things. Maybe not a loft classic because it'd be a bit too late for that. But here we go. This is Machine and There But For the Grace of God.
Got a little bit less macho again now.
Yeah, this is quite a big gay anthem actually, so, you know, but no problem, you know what I mean? It's a brilliant, brilliant tune. That's the face that Brad makes when he's with his lady.
She makes this face.
Right, Vicky. Anyway, what sort of time have we got?
Any female fans watching, we don't have girlfriends, we are available.
I'm actually married.
To me.
Stop it, Brad. Hang on.
Let's use Johnny Mathis.
What about Break of the Week?
Hey, oh, break of the week. Yeah.
Okay, pop pickers. This is
break of the week.
This is the break of the week. Okay, you probably can't see it because it's all out of focus, but it's actually a chocolate jam by the Chocolate Jam Co. So this was a big Africa Bambaataa breakbeat that he used on the Def Mix back in, I think, 1979 on Paul Winley Records. There is a 12 which I've got over there, but this one was just closer to hand. It's a US 7 on Epic.
A lovely little 7.
A lovely little 7. Yeah, Brad likes a 7-inch. But yeah, killer break. Anytime now.
cracking tune.
Yeah, it's a great tune. For years I never knew what it was, and then all of a sudden I think that some bootleg came out from Australia that had it on. So and then I found the 12, and then I found the 7. You know, can't have too many records, right? But yeah, this is on Epic from 1979. There's a promo copy. I think this is probably one of the only tunes that the band actually made. I could be wrong there. I don't really know.
How much does it go for?
About, I don't know, tenner maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty cheap. I think I think even the 12 is pretty cheap as well. I think when breakbeats were really collectible, you know, it probably would have been a little bit more expensive, but you can get most things real cheap these days.
So breaks have lost their value.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I mean, if you look at the sort of music that's coming out, I mean, the music that, you know, say hip hop that's being made these days isn't necessarily sample based. So I think that sort of beat digging has sort of like simmered down a little bit, which is a shame because it's brilliant, you know. But I mean, when I make stuff, I still make it with breaks only. So, but then again, what kid's going to want to go out and buy a 38-year-old sort of record? You know what I mean?
Cool. Okay, that leads us to theme of the week.
Theme of the week.
Anybody our age? Once again, I know that we love to talk about when we were young, but when we were young. But
it was a long time ago, my friend.
This theme of the week, when we discussed theme of the week at the beginning of the show before we started recording, this was the resounding winner. This is the coolest theme of the week so far, even cooler than the professionals, I think. Yes,
it might well be. Yeah, to all of you that are around this sort of age who used to watch Saturday afternoon shows.
It's about 5:30.
About 5:30 on a Saturday, yeah. So you hopefully will know it.
I remember watching this for the first episode. I watched it in my nan's flat in Notting Hill. And I remember sitting down eating my dinner watching this for the first time and just wanting a motorbike straight away.
Oh, don't give it away, Brad. Anyway, here it is.
Recognised it by Cornish?
Cornish, not Cornish.
Cornish,
yeah,
Cornish.
Made by a load of like, you know, old men from the West Country. Yeah. They dance to this whilst they're folding their pastry.
Yeah. I've seen you make Cornish pastry before, actually. Yeah. But great tune. I've never seen it on. Is it on the 12?
It's a 12. Yeah, this is
never
the 12.
Seen that. So
12 on Windsong Records. Yeah, years ago, I used to do the Breaking Bread radio show on Itch FM. Yeah. But this was always the opening gambit on our Sunday afternoon 4 till 6 show. So if any of you are in the North London area, you would have heard this for about 4 years every Sunday afternoon.
Thanks for tuning in this time.
Have we got time for another one, or is this it?
Oh, I think we'll be squeezing it now, mate.
Squeezing it?
Yeah.
Okay, sadly no. But what we can do is leave it on for a little bit longer and dance for you. How's that, eh?
Chris's t-shirt is a Hobart Soul vintage original from about 12 years ago.
Yeah, 12 years old, man.
Mine is new. It came directly from the new shrine in Nigeria, brought to me by Jimmy Fingers. Thank you.
Wow, nice.
A little bit of Fela Kuti love there. So,
cool.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Play us out.
But what I could do is actually bump it to the disco break.
Little extra break this week for you.
Yeah. Alright, well there you go, that's it.
So long.
Cool.
I'm doing well.